Hi everyone, so this is my 2017 Audi S3 8V Saloon. We've kept it looking pretty OEM plus on the outside, but underneath it's running 512 horsepower and 631 Newton meters of torque, and it has an extensive list of mods. We've built it specifically as a road legal track and competition car. I've used it for a number of different competitive events with some really good success. So what I wanted to do in this video was take you through absolutely everything that we've done to this car, top to bottom, to get it to where it is now. I've done this build in conjunction with AKS Tuning, who are a Revo authorised dealer and VAG performance specialist based in Bedford. Alex, who runs things there, and his team have done an absolutely brilliant job with this car. Really good attention to detail. So I bought this car as a completely standard road car. As a base spec, they leave the factory with 310 PS. This has a 4-cylinder, 2-litre turbocharged engine, the EA888 Gen 3. This car actually has the newer 7-speed DQ381 DSG gearbox, and I opted for a model with the virtual dash as well. Obviously, when it comes to building a car for kind of dual purposes, this being a performance road car and a track car, you can kind of begin to make compromises. Obviously, this isn't an out-and-out race car, it's not caged, but for the sort of events that I've done and for the sort of use that I intended with this car, the spec is absolutely perfect and right on the point of being brilliant for road use and competitive for track use as well. A lot of the performance parts that we've fitted are kind of tucked away in the engine bay, hidden away behind the grills. So I'm going to grab the camera, and as I talk you through it, I'm going to drop some shots in over the top to give you a much better idea of kind of the parts and products that we've fitted. Okay, so let's begin by taking a quick walk around this car, see how it looks from the outside. Pretty smart, in fact really smart. OEM plus kind of look. Stance is perfect, sits lovely. Aggressive yet reasonably subtle. I think you could probably drive by this car on the road and not really realise it was kind of running the power it is without taking a closer look. Favourite angle right there. Yeah, beautiful machine. This paintwork, the Panther Black, it just pops in the sunlight. Really nice colour, although not the easiest to look after, admittedly. Okay, so let's have a close look at the spec and start in the engine bay. So the engine, EA888 Gen 3, 2-litre 4-cylinder turbocharged unit that comes in this car from factory. The engine is completely standard, unopened. They're kind of well proven at this level of power. There's quite a lot of cars out there running sort of similar levels to this, and even more in fact. The powers possible were made by the Revo IS38 ETR V2 turbo, which is tucked away at the back there, and the Revo ECU Stage 3 performance software. Now obviously it's not just a case of bolting on the turbo and away you go. We've added a lot of other hardware components as well. So, tucked away behind the grille at the front here is the Revo intercooler. We've got the Revo intake with a machined inlet, and gone for the Revo carbon section at the front here as well. Injectors are completely standard. We've uprated the coils, the RS3 coils, and NGK race plugs. It's running the factory ECU. Now obviously with this car being built for track and competition use, we've paid a lot of attention to the oil management system in this car as well. So it runs an IA bed, baffled and gated sump to kind of help prevent any oil surge or starvation. And also tucked away behind the grille, see it just there, we've added a 19-row Mocal oil cooler, and we've also added the Racing Line oil management system, which is the uprated PCV with baffle, the lines, and a small catch tank as well. We've also added the Revo engine and transmission mounts just to stop some of that engine movement under the harder load. Using the right fluids is absolutely crucial in a car like this. So this car uses the 1550 Super Turbo Racing oil from HKS. It's an oil I've used for a long time, absolutely brilliant. Use it in the Evo as well. Because of the uprated oil cooling and oil management that we've put on, the system actually holds 9 litres as well, so fair bit. We've uprated all of the cooling on this car as well. So the main rad has been switched out for a CSF, and the smaller rads that sit at the front here on both sides also changed for uprated CSF items as well. Gearbox is DQ381 7-speed, completely standard clutch packs as well, but it runs the Stage 3 TVS race file on it. Proper exhaust system, absolute must for this level of build. So this is a quad black tip, non-res, full Miltech system. It actually uses a ceramic coated downpipe as well, which is an absolute must to get the best level of performance out of this car possible. We've also welded in a cat in the centre section on the car because a lot of the MSUK regs stipulate the use of a cat. So we've put that in to make sure the car is completely compliant for all of the events. It just really sets that rear end off perfectly. It sounds amazing too. Okay, so let's have a look at the handling side of things with this car, and crucially we've gone for some really good suspension. So a Bilstein Club Sport, 2 ways, so they're independently adjustable on both the compression and the rebound. The damping is absolutely superb, really nice on the road, really compliant, and you can really get them dialed in on track as well. Absolutely brilliant. We've added the full Super Pro handling pack, which is all the bushes, drop links, front and rear anti-roll bars, and I've also added the Super Pro alloy front arms as well. So everything Super Pro that could be added to this car has been added. Now obviously it's a pretty new car, it's 2017 year car, so the bushes and things aren't worn out, but changes and mods like that just really help to kind of tighten up the car and tighten up the handling. So wheels and tyres, so 18x9 Revolution CR10, which is a lightweight motorsport alloy. Tyres are Nankang AR1s in a 265/18. Now I've used these tyres all year round, in the wet, in the dry, on the road, on the track. They've been absolutely superb. Obviously they're a semi-slick, so they're at their very best in dry conditions on the track. Brilliant tyre, really got on well with these. We've uprated the braking, obviously. So on the front there, we've got the 6-pot Revo by Alcon brake kit with a 380mm disc and a Padgett RS29 pad, which is a performance kind of track and road pad. Uprated the rear braking as well. So standard OE caliper and a larger 356mm rear disc from Vagbrem Technic with a Ferodo performance pad. Moving on to the interior, so I've replaced the 2 front seats with these Sabelt X pads from Demon Tweaks, completely customizable with a pad system, and they're really comfy. Fair bit lighter than the standard seats, of course, because the OEM seats are pretty heavy. Replaced the steering wheel with an Alcantara RS3 version, and as I mentioned, it runs the virtual dash as well, which is really smart, lovely upgrade, really kind of nice luxury to have on this car. So although this car is used as a track and comp car, it's obviously fully road legal, so we've not paid an awful lot of attention or effort to weight saving. The car weighs 1,457 kilos with a third of a tank of fuel, and it retains pretty much everything that it comes with from factory. So it still has the full sound system, all the dials, absolutely everything in the car works, all the door cards, electric windows, electric mirrors. So in the rear, we've removed the upstanding seat section, left the bench in there. Obviously it's still got all the carpets, the mats, door cards. We've removed some of the, try and get the focus, removed some of the kind of trim in the boot, just the carpet. And AKS welded in a T45 harness bar for the OMP hands compliant harnesses that the car uses. So what I tried to do is just make it a really, really nice, usable, competitive car. And really it does tick all of those boxes. It's really quick and competitive, but it's still comfortable enough to use on the road. You could even use it daily if you really wanted. Let's have a look at some of the exterior upgrades we've done then. So, as I mentioned, kind of quite OEM plus, subtle but quite stealthy at the same time. So the front end, it's an RS3 grille, which looks really smart, aggressive, and a Maxton front splitter on there as well. Stance on the car is absolutely perfect. Added a rear carbon boot lip, really nice profile on that, genuine carbon, lovely weave, really nice shape. Kind of added small things, small details like the black badges, and carbon dipped the rear diffuser, which was done by Ruckus Customs. They did a really nice job with it, and they also at the same time did a dechrome, full dechrome on the car. Yeah, really, really pleased with the way this car looks, especially in this colour as well. There's just something about this Panther Black. It looks really, really smart. So we'll just do one more little lap. Yeah, really, really pleased with the way this car turns out, the way it looks, the way it handles, the way it performs. Just absolutely perfect. AKS did a superb job with it, and obviously it helps that we're running kind of really high quality upgrades on it as well. So there we go, full spec rundown on the S3. As you can see, it's running a pretty extensive list of mods. Looks pretty OEM plus on the outside, but we've concentrated on fitting it out with the very best performance parts possible to ensure that it performs where it really matters. So full credit to AKS, done an amazing job with this build, but in actual fact this project for me is now complete. So this car will be for sale in the not too distant future. I've already bought a new car and there's a new plan for 2021, so I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you soon. Hope you've enjoyed the S3 project as much as I have. There's absolutely no doubt it's an incredible car and definitely one of my favourite builds to date so far. If you've got any questions, then please feel free to leave a comment below. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Hope that gives you a really good insight into everything that we've done with this build, and I'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you soon. Cheers, guys.